Hello. Good evening. We are back. The, the company's back on. We took a week off for Memorial Day. Wanted to make sure everybody had an opportunity to observe Memorial Day and give thanks and make peace with the people they've lost in and out. Well, in the military. So we took that week off out of respect, and we're back. So, got a short panel here tonight. Got Izzo, got Rich, and we're going to talk about a few things. Of course, things have been happening. Some good, some bad, some tragic, some not so tragic. Some people kind of just made things happen to themselves. Mount Everest. But
did I laugh? My bad.
No, you good. You can talk during this. I was waiting for somebody to say
no,
something.
I didn't mean to laugh at Mount Everest.
Yeah, my bad. You made me laugh.
Yeah,
you don't
care. Yeah.
But I mean, really, do you feel sorry for the people that put themselves in that situation if something happens to them?
I feel sorry for their family. For them, sadly, no.
I think one life lost is one too many.
You didn't even
I mean, don't be real. it's just
I mean,
the risk that come along with it. It's just like, yeah, I know you want to do this because it's like, yeah, I achieved this in life, but bruh.
Mm-hmm. Do you look at it kind of like heroes? I think I talked about this earlier on the thing I do earlier. Don't you kind of look at them as heroes because they went out their own way, doing what they love?
I wouldn't say a hero. I would say, they lived their life to their fullest.
Yeah.
In the literal sense.
If this was war, maybe, but not this sense.
I mean, in the literal sense, they lived till their body just couldn't take it no more.
Yeah. They either froze to death, ran out of food because their asses were afraid to go back down the mountain, which is normally when they're going back down is what I keep hearing is the most thing.
Yeah. Because you're tired as shit.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is put myself in a situation where I have an opportunity to get rescued, but I can't just because, like,
physics,
the helicopter can't land or something.
Yeah, physics just doesn't allow that to work.
Yeah, so I mean, not at that point, people are kind of just in the air looking down, like we can get them, but we can't. So they're watching you die. That's a horrible feeling. So I don't think I have anything on my bucket list that would put my life in danger. So that might never ever happen to me.
I think I want to skydive, but that's kind of about as far as it goes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's about as far as it goes. There's nothing like.
Well, I think four? No, wait a minute, 9 people went up. I think the last one was 9 people went to climb the mountain. And 5 people died. Like they see 5 people dead, so they don't really know what happened to the other 4 people.
And they can't get their bodies. So I mean,
nobody's there. That's what I was thinking, man. Like maybe at some point, maybe 200-300 years from now, when something happens to the ozone layer and that mountain melts, there's going to be a shit ton of bodies on that mountain.
Yeah, man.
You know what? I was just thinking it's going to be just a sheet of dead bodies. But anyway,
we cool on that.
Yeah. I traveled over the weekend to parts unknown.
What? I know where they are.
So I went to Vegas over the weekend. I left Thursday, came back Sunday. It was an experience. I truly think I'm done with Vegas now, though. I'm done.
Boy.
I'm done. There's no reason to go back.
What if I said, hey, guys, I'm getting married? Would you go?
Yes. He's sighing, but he already knew.
Saying no, I'm fighting.
See, the thing is, Brian already said yes. He just had to say that for the sake of appearances.
That's one of those things you really don't have to say because how you feel about it kind of showed.
Oh yeah.
I'm not really wanting to go, but yeah, I'll go.
Oh, okay. Just. I mean, I'm nowhere near anything like that, but you know.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Say that now. See you next month.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, went to Vegas. Of course, you do the Vegas thing. You walk up and down the strip. You go in casinos. You lose a couple dollars. and you drag yourself out. When you get outside the casino, you're proud of yourself because you're not broke.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the general feeling that most people have anyway. The goal is to leave a casino with something in your pocket, whether it was already there or whether it's new gains or whatever. But the next day we drove to the Grand Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
You rented a car, which is cheaper than like doing the tour bus and all that other stuff.
Uh-huh.
Way cheaper to just rent a car and drive there. And then you're on your own time, so you're not under somebody else's guise or whatever.
Yeah.
We drove down, stopped at Hoover Dam, which was dope. And then got back on the road. Hoover Dam's probably an hour away, maybe hour and a half.
Got back on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
And then another 3 hours to the Grand Canyon. It's 4 hour drive, brother.
You said that before, but it's just still finally hit.
So yeah,
random question about Hoover Dam because I have to ask.
Go ahead.
Did they have anything related to Transformers there? Because that's
No.
that's part of where the first movie was shot.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about Transformers there.
Okay.
Now maybe when you went down or closer to the dam, you saw something.
Mm-hmm.
But all we did was like, there's a little bridge by the road.
Uh-huh.
There's a cement thing separating the road and the bridge, and you just kind of walk and look. We didn't go all the way across and all the way everywhere everybody else was going.
Okay.
We went halfway across, looked, took pictures, and turned around. So that was dope. And like I said, we took the rest of the way to the Grand Canyon, rented some bikes, and then biked the trail.
How was that?
That was dope too.
That is dope.
We're used to this heavy heat here, like this heat that just sits on your ass and just makes you sweat and feel nasty and stank, and it's not there. The heat's all light and fluffy, and the wind's blowing. You don't sweat. I had on a gray tank top, didn't sweat a bit, couldn't tell.
That means we were dying.
We were probably riding bikes for like an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, very, very cool, man. You last month you kept hearing about people falling in the Grand Canyon. I can absolutely tell how it happens now. Because like there are no rails. It's just like a little path that goes to the edge, and these rocks, these flat rocks that hang over the edge that you can stand on. So I can definitely tell how people turned around, try to take a selfie, and slip their ass right down there.
Oh, jeez.
No. We cool on that.
Bruh, and there's no living. I'm sorry, there's no living falling down that thing. No way. Nothing to grab onto that won't cut your fingers off.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, but it was dope, and that was my trip. Had another day in Vegas, went around, hung out, and then came home.
But did you make any money at all, or no?
No, I never make. I don't think I will ever win anything gambling. I'm one of those guys that'll never make money gambling.
So you don't play the lottery?
No, I mean I do, but I'll never win. I'm just not that guy.
Why play it?
Because there's always a chance. And it was one of those situations where like you're in the casino and you're sitting there playing and putting money in and playing, and somebody comes in there and puts their card in and pushes the button twice, and it dings for 30 minutes because it's just money piling up on their card.
That's wild.
So no, I didn't.
Now, where did y'all stay? Now, where did y'all stay again? Because I know you didn't stay at Bally's this time.
No, we stayed at the Hilton Grand.
Okay.
One of the newer hotels with no casinos.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it was more of a family setting there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was cool. I had fun. I'm glad I went. But that was that.
Okay. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And it was you. It wasn't just you by yourself, though. It was you and your lady, right?
Yeah.
Aw.
Shut up.
Yeah. I was waiting on to shut up.
But anyway, yeah, so that was. I would suggest anybody that goes down that way to take that trip, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
No, go ahead.
Now, I said the last time we went out there, I wanted to actually go to the Grand Canyon. I didn't get to do that. I did get to do the racetrack experience, though. That was
you did talk about that.
that was worth every penny.
Oh, I could probably guarantee you there's some nice cars down there.
I mean, it's a couple $100 for basically 15 minutes, but the fact that these are cars that you're never going to actually drive,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, we didn't roam.
Few
Some of
$100
those
for
cars
15
nobody should
minutes. Are we talking about cars?
Yep.
What?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm fucking with you.
You stupid.
I'm fucking around. Sorry, it's the Sudafed. Sorry, guys. I'm struggling.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, some of those cars I don't think anybody should be driving.
Oh,
how
yeah.
you even have this?
Like, it's like a vehicular homicide weapon. Like, it's just.
I saw somebody driving something, and I swear they was just laying down, looking at the sky. The thing was so flat and sleep. Why are you driving something you can't even sit in?
Because reasons
on the ground. But yeah. Anyway, so other than that, some things have been going on. Netflix is still doing this damn thing, triggering every single black person they can find.
No, man.
Bro, have you seen some of the things they have on Netflix now?
Oh no, I was just talking about the Ava DuVernay thing. I haven't seen it yet, but I damn sure want to.
Yeah, so
so that because now she did 13
When They See Us. Oh, 13 was great.
But she did that one too, right?
Yeah, that was a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And When They See It. Now, what's When They See Us about? Because I hear a lot of people talking about it.
That's the series about it's a mini series about the Central Park 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder if POTUS is going to show up in that.
Absolutely. They had at least mentioned the news article he put in the New York papers that time. So I'm pretty sure while they're on trial.
Trailer, they showed the article, so I know they mentioned them.
Mm-hmm.
But I know people that said they couldn't get through the first episode because it starts off already pissing me off.
It's rough.
Yeah,
the documentary was rough. Like, documentary had me like, yo, that's some fuck shit. Like the whole time.
And I think one of the people that was key in trying to get these boys convicted, like she was just about to accept an award.
Oh, she deactivated everything. I just read that before we went on air.
Wait, what now?
One of the ladies, there was a prosecutor. Was she a prosecutor?
I'd like to say she is.
Yeah,
I just saw it on Twitter.
She was one of the main people screaming, put these kids in jail, give them the death penalty, whatever, blase.
Right.
And of course, Netflix releases what they did. And all of a sudden, she's back in the spotlight because she was just about to receive an award for journalism.
Oh.
So now everybody's like, don't give her the award. Take all her awards she's won previous. She's a bad person, blah, blah, blah. So now she's deactivating her Twitter account, Facebook account, all that. And she's getting the ridicule she should have gotten a long time ago. Because the problem is when people were doing things back then, we didn't have the voices we had and we didn't have the media outlets we have. So they kind of snuck under the radar and got away with a lot of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And the news cycle was way different back then. It was, you had CNN, but it wasn't like they would bring you all these blurps of news each day. It was like more of the 6:30 evening news type society. And it would be, unfortunately, from like a super like conservative theory. So like black people evil, white people good.
Yeah. And that is how they painted it.
Yeah.
That's exactly how they painted it.
Yeah. Now the lady who got attacked in that, of course, didn't deserve anything to happen to her. But what does bother me, I've watched a lot of the interviews about it. The lady, and I mean, I understand she deals with her grief, but the lady has still never came out and really said anything about the fact that they physically found out that those guys did not rape her, the 5, and just You know, not to say she has to, but it's like, you know, we got DNA evidence. They didn't do it, but she still hasn't acknowledged the fact or apologized. And I don't think she has to apologize, but it's like it's something like you gotta say. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. And a lot of them just didn't take interviews. A lot of the people who did all that dirt and did those boys like that did not take interviews for that movie to actually put their piece of the story in there. They didn't do it.
Of course, like they'd have to either lie or something that they said they'd have to recant.
Yeah.
And you know, if you put something out like that, especially if it's like an entertainment piece,
Yeah,
it's going to be scrutinized.
And honestly, man, the day I watched that documentary, I said I've wiped my hands of Rudolph Giuliani and Trump. And guess what we got now? And that was like 4 or 5 years ago. I watched that documentary.
I keep telling people, man, this is the same guy. These are the same people. Zebra don't change the stripes. This man wanted these kids murdered just because it would have put him in the spotlight and made him look like some kind of vigilante hero.
Right.
You know, and he's the same person. He wants people prosecuted and hurt and suffering just because it makes him look like some kind of great American, because the people he wants suffering and hurt are people not from this country.
Why don't we prosecute him and then we can become the heroes?
Nah.
I don't know. I'm prosecuting a sitting president.
No, I'm talking about when he's gone. That's what I'm talking about.
We got like 2 years. We got a year. Excuse me. Well,
sure. Don't have as much faith in America, bro. I'm not saying.
I know. If these Democratic nominees don't stop what the fuck they doing, then we might have another 6 years.
And honestly, we do have to remember right now, not to get us all far off topic. It's going to be a slew of them right now. Everybody's going to swing at it. But what they need to do is, and I've heard this on a lot of podcasts, but it's the truth. Once they dwindle down, they all need to back whoever the nominee is, and they need to form like Voltron and get a lot of those ideas out there. They don't need to tear each other down. They need to tell people, hey, you need to vote for this person. And I know people are going to be, I want to vote independent. I get it. That's cool. But don't pull that Hillary shit.
Here's the thing, man. I was talking to my wife about this. I said, in all honesty, if Biden becomes the nominee, Trump will win.
I think so too, unfortunately. And damn, we getting off, but I gotta let it rip.
It's fine.
Yeah, but I think America keeps going down that same freaking rabbit hole. It's where we do what's comfortable. We do what we're used to. We do what we've seen before. Like, they gotta chill. And the thing is, the right took this chance. Why the fuck liberals are always afraid to step outside the box? Like, Bernie was step outside the box. Now, a lot of his policies, shit, I don't know where the money coming from, but a lot of that radicalism, you could shift it towards the middle and it'll probably make more sense.
Right. Mm-hmm.
To where it's like, we got to do something different. Because it's like, I think the left they're saying a lot of good shit right now, but then it's going to shoot way past back to the middle when they actually get there. And I feel it. They have to guarantee they ain't going to do that no more. If not, people are going to just vote for what they already comfortable with.
And I don't think they can. I don't think they know how to holster their guns sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they'll get a little momentum and then forget about the plan.
Yeah.
Right.
It's almost like that Mike Tyson thing. Everybody has a plan till they get hit in the face.
That was the 2016 election.
Yeah. The attention is getting hit in the face.
Yeah.
And once you get the attention and get the momentum you're looking for, you lose your entire way. And it's just like you start doing dumb shit. And then all of a sudden, we listen to this fool again for another 4 years.
And that what bothers me too. It's like, there's a lot of good ideas coming out of this slew of people, to where whenever they dwindle down and get a nominee, those are great ideas to bring to 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what keeps taking the news cycle? When this person keeps getting in their feelings about something somebody says about them, like a petulant child. That's what keeps getting it. That's what bothers me. And unfortunately, the way people are, they vote for what their emotions, and they vote for what they see the most.
Right.
So like, we can put it back to McMaster. Has McMaster done really anything with South Carolina? Not really. But these people in the middle of nowhere they voted for him just because that's the name they know. They don't really keep up with politics. It's just like, he came to this place that I go to. Oh yeah, he's a great man. You don't know him. He can shake hands and kiss your baby all he want, but what has he done for you, man? People don't take time to read. That's the big thing. People don't research. It's just if this name looks familiar, people click that button on the screen, which is
Right.
how our state does it. That's just something I'm noticing. Like I've had people at work come up to me, and I appreciate them asking the question. They say, "Who should I vote for?" I was like, "Yo, I shouldn't make the decision for you, but I'll give you both sides.
Right.
I'll give you this side. I'll give you that side." I said, "You can pretty much tell what my side is, but you need to make that decision yourself." So people got to do that research, man. Before, like a week before the day of, you got to do that research. We're gonna start with the same problems over and over again.
People, yeah, and that's the thing, man. People don't want, and this is, you can tell this by the way commerce and the way just everything is happening. People want things brought to them. Bring it to me. I don't care what you did before you got here. You know, give it to me. If it's cute, then I'll do whatever I need to do with it.
What, the Uber Eats generation? Bring your fast food to you.
Exactly.
Hey man, you know what's funny is you know, we talk about trips this weekend. I went and saw Sean over the weekend, my brother.
Oh, okay.
And he did DoorDash with Papa Murphy's, that pizza place.
Okay.
But I didn't realize it was literally like right around the corner. I was like, dog, I could have like just got in the car and got.
That's where we're at now. Now, if you're at work, I get it. But if you're at the house, like, bro, cop on, go get it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I feel you.
Gig economy.
No, nothing wrong with it. You can't say there's nothing wrong with it. Do not give them that much rope. There's something wrong with it. If I go to McDonald's, I see DoorDash in McDonald's waiting for a supersized fry to take somebody, something's wrong with that.
I tell that story you said all the time. People laugh when they hear it. I said my friends, they went to McDonald's, to one of those things that had the automated, you order your food, and he was like, nobody was really in there, but a bunch of DoorDash people.
Exactly.
You know what? I really don't see an issue with it. Like unless like literally like if it's a 5-minute walk to get it, then it's kind of like okay, like really. But beyond that, though, I mean, if you're like if it's a 10-minute drive, 15-minute drive, it's like I don't feel like doing that. Hey, man, it helps someone else out. It's a gig economy, man. Why not?
Yeah, it's something wrong with it. Sosa, can you hear us?
I can fucking hear you. Cold French fries suck.
He's muted like a motherfucker.
There you go.
I'm doing what?
Eating ass.
No.
I muted you because all I heard was air through your window, so I muted you.
No, because you're racist. Okay. I got it. Tu madre, wait. Nothing. Hold on.
What's happening?
Sosa's on assignment.
Sosa, I'm going to mute you again.
No. Don't mute me. Hold on.
But yeah, there is definitely something wrong with the DoorDash generation.
What's wrong with them?
You have 2 new text messages.
Your mother and your text messages. What's wrong with them?
Oh my God, mute him. Sosa on live PD.
Oh my God.
You said Sosa on live PD? That's what Marcus said. I'm dying now.
Holy shit, I'm drunk driving.
Hey, that's an addition. Don't say that.
Yeah, do not. Yeah. You're probably going to edit that out.
Yeah, this whole part's gone.
All right.
Whoever's seeing this live, I'm sorry. Oh, Marcus.
Hey, fuck Marcus. Marcus be on some bullshit.
Anyway.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
Oh boy.
we got off on a tangent.
Well, I mean, we always get off on tangents.
Yeah.
We talk about roast beef, and then all of a sudden we're talking about Miley Cyrus.
Oh yeah, same thing. But we were talking about a lot of the movies and things out of Netflix that are what is it? What y'all say? Not racist. Triggers. Yeah, like the When They See Us documentary.
7 seconds.
What's 7
Have
seconds?
y'all watched 7 seconds?
No. I know they can turn your mic down.
Well, I got the camera. I mean, I got the phone right to my mouth.
He turned you down. What's 7 seconds?
7 seconds is a black couple's kid getting killed by cops.
I never.
Yeah.
Regina Hill. I think Regina Hill got some kind of award for it.
Regina Hall or Hill?
Oh, Regina Hall. I'm sorry. I'm drunk. Sorry.
Damn it!
You're the passenger, yeah. But anyway.
So anyway, like that's a trigger though. But that's a trigger.
Yes, Regina King.
Regina King.
Okay.
Peeking her mouth.
Okay, so
But
we know these
that's-
trigger movies, but why do we watch them if we know it's just going to upset us?
Because
it's still, in all honesty, it still generates an intelligent conversation.
That is
the problem is it generates an intelligent conversation with people who are the choir. It doesn't generate intelligent conversation to the other side who don't give a fuck about us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. That's what we forget. We forget that the other side has their own point of view. And that's the problem. If we could generate something, anything that allows the other side to talk to our side without the N-word, without talk of a wall, without, oh, you drink sake and eat cats, then we'd be all right. But none of it does.
Yeah.
Spike Lee was great at it, but the problem is he only preached to the choir.
I see what you're saying, because if you put something like that on Netflix's platform, it just gives a wider. You're casting a wider net.
Think about it. When he was talking to, I forget the actor's name. He's a great actor, but when Spike Lee as his actor, as his character was talking in Do the Right Thing, when he was talking to, you say end this and end that, but you think Michael Jordan is this and Michael Jordan is that, and the guy was like, well, let me explain.
That
was a bullshit explanation.
From a Giancarlo Esposito?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're on the piano. I can visually see it. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, you call this and that, but you talk about Jordan. Well, he said, let me explain. No, bitch, it's the same thing. Jordan came from where you don't like people from. It's the same shit.
Right.
So, but the problem is Spike Lee only talks to people from, I'm just giving you an example. Let's just say New York. He's not talking to people from Indiana.
Yeah, because they're not going to run into that same crowd of those situations. You're right.
So as genius as Spike Lee is to us, he's just another N-word to them.
But see, this is why I like how Netflix does things. The way Netflix does their whole platform is it comes out with these movies like 7 Seconds and When They See Us, and it groups it all in with movies like do
you really think so though?
No, listen, well, it groups it in with these movies, but they have all these movies by Asian people now that's coming out on Netflix.
Love that.
And they have all these movies by, Bollywood coming out on Netflix, and they have all these movies by white folks on Netflix, and they put it all in your what's new category. So it's all mixed up. There's these are black movies over here. So this way, the people who don't like black movies can dodge this whole area, even though they do categorize it further down, but they mix it all up in the beginning. Yeah. So we end up watching things that we might not watch regularly. If Spike Lee makes a movie, he puts it in a theater. You don't have to look at it. You don't have to see it. You don't even have to go to the theater. But when Netflix puts out a black movie, no.
In defense of Spike, he didn't have Spike Lee when he was coming up.
Yeah,
I love Spike Lee. I love that he puts Puerto Ricans and Dominicans in his movies, whether it's Crooklyn, Do the Right Thing, whatever, because he embodies diversity. But he didn't have that outlet. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm a trailer trash, Trump stomping, suck my brother's dick girl,
what?
I'm gonna fucking go past anything that has a black thumbnail, and I'm gonna go straight to That's fucking Sandra Bullock. I'm gonna watch that shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm drunk. If I ever make it big, I mean everything I'm fucking saying. But whatever.
Oh no, they're gonna pull up your whole Twitter account.
I don't have a Twitter. I have 2 Twitter accounts. One where I'm just nothing, and one where I'm liking every porn site on the earth. So I don't fucking care.
Jesus.
If you're a big booty bitch bouncing on some dick, I'm liking your fucking film or video or whatever.
Hey,
I
just
don't
make
care.
sure you don't show your girl this episode. Thanks.
I'll cut this out. Don't worry.
No, I mean, have y'all not seen Chiquita? Chiquita is
Hey.
I'm just saying.
Don't say it if you
My girl's
don't
thick
wanna-
as fuck. I don't give a fuck. So whatever.
I don't
Anyway,
see your girl like that. Where your
Spike Lee? No, I'll shoot every single one of you.
Whoa.
I'm trained to do it from the streets and from the military, so I don't give a fuck.
Oh God. Yep. Cut it out. Cut
But
it.
like
out.
Anyway,
I was saying,
my
but what
point
I'm
is-
saying, so what I'm go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is Netflix. What Netflix does is it puts all that stuff together.
Yes.
So to where
Yes.
I might not know that 4 or 5 of these. I watched the movie last night. Something definitely maybe or something like that with the Asian dude.
Always even maybe.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was
Really?
good. It was funny, and I would have never watched it if it wasn't right beside
No,
the movies I watched.
Because, and again, to everyone listening, nothing against Brian's character, but Brian might not be that open-minded to an Asian fucking a black bitch. That's just not.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fucking a black woman. I'm sorry.
No,
What?
I just didn't know where you were going. I didn't care about the
Some
word.
people aren't open to. Oh, he's fucking my black queen. Nah,
Well,
bitch,
there's no
you
black
didn't
people in
fucking
that
take
movie.
advantage.
that, yeah.
So we're gonna have sex with your ebony goddess.
There's no
So,
black people in that movie.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Because they kept fucking her over. I'm just saying. That's just an example.
Huh.
My point is, some people aren't gonna watch that movie.
Mhm.
I applaud you for watching that movie.
But there were no.
Not because the woman is beautiful, but because maybe the story is intriguing.
Mhm. Yeah, it was. It was a good story.
How many
So-
people really watch Jungle Fever? Let's think about that.
Hell, I barely remember much from Jungle Fever.
Exactly.
Other than Samuel
A lot
Jackson
of-
being at his parents' house. Doing
A
all the
lot
dumb
of,
stuff
and
for
I'm
money.
not saying a lot of people of color, meaning people of color men, didn't watch that fucking movie because they was gonna get trashed by people of women, meaning people of color, meaning women. Oh, you like white women? You got trashed.
I've heard that all my life, and I've never touched a white
Exactly.
woman.
So you like white women? No, it was a good fucking movie.
Mhm.
Gator was the shit.
That's what,
I
that was his name,
smoked your
Gator.
fucking TV.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's just
I'll do it. You know, I'll do it.
Because
Cause
see, guys, I've seen a movie. Aren't y'all proud
some
of me?
people.
yeah.
My point
I'm
is,
proud of you, man.
when that movie came out, some people weren't comfortable with biracial relationships.
Oh yeah, that was
didn't
91.
matter.
That's early, bro. That's early.
It didn't matter if like Spike was fucking Rosie in that movie.
That was different at that time.
It was
That's funny
okay
you
for
say.
that to happen.
But still,
But if
who
it's a
did,
Puerto
weird
Rican
to
fucking
see
a
that,
black
though.
girl, it's not okay.
But it was
Who
still
did-
weird at that time.
Who did
straight.
Zebrahead? Was that a Spike Lee movie?
No.
No, but a lot of people
No.
who were in Spike Lee movies were in it. That's probably why. Because
Oh.
Michael
Right.
Rappaport was in it.
But
Mhm.
see, I wish people would stop putting. Hold on, shit! I'm trying to get this. I wish people would stop putting white people with Hispanic people because we're not the same.
I never did, but okay.
No, some people do though. That's what I'm getting. Like some people be like, Antonio Banderas fucking Halle Berry. Oh my god, this is so terrible. No, bitch, we're damn near the same thing. If you ever listen to our podcast and you hear Brian Leonard say, we're all basically the same.
Yeah, edit out your last name too. Thanks.
Oh, I'm fine. Brian Leviticus. If you ever listen to Brian say, "Hey, we're pretty much the same. We just do different things sometimes."
It's the truth.
It's the
Yeah,
truth.
we
No,
have
I
different.
I
What happens
100%
is,
agree with you, Brian, because I've been saying that shit since fucking grammar school.
I think the difference
So,
in people the difference in people comes down
oh,
to just religious practices and beliefs. Everything else is the same.
I wouldn't even go that far. I think. So you're saying that's the only differences?
No, that's
no,
not the
it's
only
not
one.
the
But I mean,
only
I think
difference, but the basic major difference might be you're. I get what Brian's saying, but I get what you're saying too.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm thinking like if anything is like determines a difference of opinion, it's got to do with geography.
okay.
Like,
So let me
Think
say
about
this.
the flyover states. It's a totally different.
Let me say
Right.
this.
With them.
You know how I'm not going to even name names, but you know how certain
You
people,
probably will.
a certain group of people say, you know, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say, oh, you sitting in line and you cut a bitch. Oh, that's what we do. Well, fuck, that's what we do too. Like,
yeah, and
there's
so
if
I
you
can't even give the geographical thing that
no,
separates
if
us,
you
because
go on Instagram, and follow a Hispanic page, you're gonna be like, the Hispanic's gonna say, yeah, we do this, we do that. And you're gonna be like, bitch, we do the same fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we think. That's how everybody thinks. We do the same shit you saying you only do.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of Fabuloso, we use Pine Sol.
Right. But Fabuloso works better because it's purple.
Purple is
You
the
know what
most
I'm saying?
I do like the smell of Fabuloso better.
Fabuloso is great. Brian's
Yeah.
from Darlington, so he doesn't understand.
Oh yeah.
We use
He's used to
orange. What is it? Orange power or something like that? Or
no
purple power.
Oh,
green
God.
power.
What is that?
Green. No, you're used to that green shit.
Yeah, now I'm
It's
drinking
purple
that,
power.
thanks.
Oh,
I
it's
don't know
purple
what
power?
that is. I don't know what that is.
Hey,
Man.
fuck your mother. I'm sorry. I'm driving and people are honking and
Probably because you
I'm just saying fuck your
everywhere.
mother. I got the sunroof open. I got the fucking
Diamond in the back,
I don't care.
top.
Oh, this dude's stupid. I should shoot this dude in the ass.
And on that
but back to the original question. No, I ain't trying. No, just back to the original question. These trigger movies, like, are we watching these movies just to have something to be angry about? Because I know some people just like being angry.
I mean,
are you watching these movies to make sure that whatever happened in them won't happen again?
No, because it's gonna happen again.
Yeah, because I mean, like, so for example, like I watched what's the name of that movie? See You Yesterday.
Who?
See You Yesterday. It's the Netflix movie, the one about the time travel thing.
Yeah,
oh my god, I want to see that.
Yeah, it's
but you gotta give it to the first black time travel movie ever made.
Hey,
Rich. It was okay.
You have to.
I mean, you know, here's the thing about it. Like, I think the movie was fine up until the end. The end is what really bothered me. It's not
because spoil it.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Well, I mean, all right.
I don't give a fuck.
Here's how the movie ended. The movie basically ends where the main character is just running towards something, but you don't see what it is. You don't know when it is, and there's no context for what.
That's Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that's called like a bad ending. Like, because I mean, you can have an ending be totally ambiguous, but at the same time, kind of give a direction of where you're going. There's no direction. Like, and that was that for me was like at the end of the movie when you're like. You don't know what her intent was. Like, you know what her intent generally is, but you don't know that's what she intends to do because there are a few things that happen a few steps before that just kind of set up like there are some options that she could play with because time travel's involved. So I mean,
but that's when that just means that it's giving you an opportunity to end the movie. You know, you can whatever happened in the end of the movie can be whatever you wanted to be happen. It's opening you up to have to think and talk about the movie. They don't want to finish it for you, and that's the problem. To end the movie is like bringing the resolution to you and putting it in front of you. You have to figure out where that resolution is.
You have to figure it out. Okay, so if someone gives you a car and says go somewhere, okay, what does that mean? If you know the end result is in, let's say, for example, like the end result is supposed to be in Asheville, but someone puts you in Texas, like, what is that? Like, what kind of context does that do if you don't know?
Well, that's a bad ending because they put you in Texas.
Exactly.
But if they say, "Hey, you got to get to Asheville. Here's the means. Get there how you want to get there." That's an adventure.
Yeah, but do I need another adventure to open up at the very tail end of a story? That's
we
the
know.
problem. That's
where
the problem.
but what we do know about that movie is whatever happens, somebody has to die. Okay. Yeah, somebody died. Somebody has to die.
Right.
Something's going to change, and you're going to fuck it up somehow.
Right. So, what was the purpose of her going back if that is the end result of everything? See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like like I'm not saying like you can do like it would have been something if they showed like she was going back and there was like a context of what she was doing, but the reality of it was is that it just kind of just dropped it. It was like, yeah, we don't. It's like they didn't know how to finish it. But I believe, but I believe that the subject matter of the movie, though, I think that was actually cool because what it was based around is, you know, the entire concept of police brutality and police accountability, and then just like basically all black people look alike. You know, so it was. So I enjoyed the first half of it. And the message that the movie was trying to give, you know, like, you know, time travel has ethical consequences. And then also, you know, about how people shouldn't, you know, look at somebody just because of the way that they look. And that should just automatically be a death sentence. Like that part was very clear. It's just the ending is what hurt me.
Rich, honestly, if that movie ended, whether bad or good, and there was a definite ending to that movie, there was a definite this happened, blah, 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 credits roll, would you be talking about that movie right now?
If it was good, yes. There's a definite ending. The end game is still, and people are still talking about it. People are still talking about the end. People are still talking about Endgame, and that movie was great. And there was a finite ending to multiple characters in that movie. So I'm just saying.
I think if that movie ended the way whatever it should have ended with a definite ending and definite credits and nothing else can happen after that, you'd have said that was a good movie and you'd have shelved it in your mind and never thought about it again.
No, I disagree. Because if a movie is, here's the thing. I'm not saying like the end, you can't do an ambiguous ending. Because like, for example, a good example of it, like an ambiguous ending is Inception. People are still trying to figure out the theory behind how the mechanics of that ending work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with this movie, no one's talking about the core of the end. Like, I don't really see that. People are like, yeah, the movie's fine. The endings kind of sucked, and that's kind of about it. Like, I just don't see the same fervor about the movie. It's like the ending, unfortunately, uproots all of the other positive social awareness things that the movie had going for it.
Mm-hmm. I just think there was no definite way to end that movie.
But which means that you wrote a crappy story. I'm just gonna be honest. Like if you can't,
you didn't write a crappy story.
Think about it. So hold on a second. Think about the one moment in that movie where they literally are like, "Oh, we can have this magic computer circuit board thing, and it's just gonna fix all your problems." That happened in the movie. They had literally a get out of jail free card in that movie, and then it was like everything's fine.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when that moment happened, I was like, "Oh, this is going to end terribly."
It is very hard, and you're probably right about a few things you said.
But I can't write so let me just say this: I can't write a story. At least I haven't tried. Let me say that in that retrospect. But at the same time, it's kind of like if you're going to make a story and if you're going to do one, there shouldn't be things in it that are just kind of like left up in the air, at least that way. Because I think the movie really had something going for it. Like I was a fan of the concept, not a fan of the execution of it.
I have to give super kudos to that movie because it is very hard to combine science fiction with current events and make it make sense and be impactful and try to jerk tears. It is very hard.
It is very hard to do that, but I mean, unfortunately, they weren't really all that successful at it. So I mean, it's like, yeah, you can have something that has social commentary and be just as impactful. It's just that unfortunately, the movie just it fell flat ultimately. Like I was really a fan. I wanted to like that movie so hard. Like that's what hurt me so bad about it.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, the ending was just like she's just running. She's just running, and it's like, okay.
I'm not gonna watch
several movies that had just empty feelings, and I mean, it endings like that, and it was an empty feeling, and I was hurt.
Yeah, and that was one of them because I was like, man, I just watched this, and it was like I thought it was going somewhere, and then it just ended, and I was like when the credits actually started rolling on that one, I was like, wait, this it? Yeah. I literally was like, no, this. It was like the one time I on my Roku remote, I hit the up button and then scroll to the end just to see if they had like a additional cutscene or something like it.
I legit thought I thought it froze and then skipped to the end.
Wow.
I think when it happened, when I saw the credits roll, I said, "What the fuck?" And then I started watching Rick and Morty.
That's wild.
We're talking about the Time Traveler movie?
Yeah.
So they didn't end it well, is what you're saying?
Yeah, the movie didn't end well, not at all.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Brian.
No, but again, that was one of those movies that was supposed to trigger you.
Mm-hmm.
It was trying to do it. It was trying to do it in a less up in your face way. You thought you were watching a movie about time travel, but they tried to sneak that conversation in there.
And I think they did a really good job at it. It's
on
just
the trailer.
It did a really, really good job at it. It's just that once you got to like the halfway point of the movie, it was like, they literally got a Deus Ex Machina device, and we're like, yeah, this will just fix everything. Like you don't have to worry about
they're just some trigger movies, some movies that trigger shit that I'll probably never watch. I'll probably never watch 12 Years a Slave. I will probably never watch 12 Years a Slave. And I'll say
that movie in and of itself, I mean, slavery is a different kind of trigger. Like that's just there's something about like slave movies that just incite a whole different level of rage, because I think that was also it seemed like that was also for a while the only black story that could be told. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it is probably by far one of the few movies where I actually like the Peter Nyong'o earned that Academy Award. Earned. She was in the movie for 12 minutes and earned that award.
It felt like ultimate struggle, anguish. Like it was rough.
There is this one monologue in that movie, and I swear to you, it's like I was like, yo, I don't want to watch this no more.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Yeah, there was a lot of moments. I'm like, yo, this shit is too heavy for me right now.
I think I watched. As a matter of fact, I was working at Best Buy, and I have no idea why this movie was on in the break room.
Wait, what?
In the break room?
In the break room.
Somebody said you.
And it was on the part where Lupita was in it.
Ooh.
And I just stood there.
When she was split from her kids?
I think I did too.
I don't know.
Ryan pulled his dick out. That's why he got fired.
Whoa.
It was like it was
Ryan pulled his dick out at Best Buy. He got fired, and he said he quit. That's what happened.
Shut up, Sosa. But it was just like it was that brief moment that I watched it. It was I can't watch this whole movie. I'll probably never watch that.
Yeah, that movie's a heavy one.
I can't either of them.
Mm-hmm. It's something about people.
Jing kind of far-fetched, but when you're a slave, man,
There's something about people going through things that they don't have to go through, and they can't get out of the situation. That just hurts my heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, to be honest with you, life hurt my heart.
Life, that life.
Man,
So long, and they can't leave, and they didn't do anything. I mean, it kind of got me the whole movie.
Rick James got him. What did Rick James? That was the dude. Rick James in the movie, wasn't he at the beginning?
No, he wasn't.
I can't remember.
Rick James was in that movie.
I can't. Whose part did he play?
He was one. I swore he was at the beginning of that movie.
Right now. Oh, Spanky.
Yeah. See, I'm batting 1,000 right now with knowing my movies.
He was. We're talking about the 7 movies Enzo seen.
Tonight, he's in 2 of the movies we talked about. I'm proud of him.
Wait, who was he in? Who was he in Life?
The club he was like in the scene right before like they got arrested, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken.
No, man, that was
Wasn't he?
Just IMDb it.
I'm trying, but I mean nobody's. Life. I can't think of it.
We know you can't think.
And I know if life hurt my heart, I know I can't watch when they see us.
No.
I'm gonna try. But it's gotta be on something where I don't see anybody that looks like those guys that put them in jail the day after.
Nope.
That means you ain't going out your house.
Yeah, I'm about to say you can turn on TV.
This motherfucker was born in 1965.
What?
What happened? I don't know.
Well, but
Martin Lawrence was born in 1965.
All right.
That means
cool
he was
story,
a renaissance of these motherfuckers, man.
Huh?
He was the bridge between Richard Pryor and everybody else.
Oh.
Yeah. The order was Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence. That should be the order.
Exactly what you said. Exactly.
And who was after that?
After Martin Lawrence?
After, yeah.
The
would have been like Bernie
Y'all
Mac.
not gonna like this, but I have to say Kevin Hart just because
No, but you're skipping Bernie Mac and Cat Williams.
I put him with Eddie Murphy though. I'm sorry.
When I said those 3, I'm not saying like those are the only comedians of that era. I'm saying those were like if you have a tree, okay.
Yeah.
Of course, you got the strongest part, which is the trunk, and you got branches.
Okay.
All these other people, I think Bernie Mac belongs more at the trunk than the branches. But
exactly. Thank you.
Comedians that exist at the same time that might have been, close to him, but they weren't that bridge. They weren't that link in the chain.
Yeah.
My point is, I seen Bernie Mac in the early 90s. That means he was the bridge to the 80s. Mm-hmm. That means he was kind of around because of Chicago wasn't looked at as
Chicago
a hub. He was more along the lines of a level of Eddie Murphy, even though he was a little bit older because Eddie blew up when he was like 19.
Yeah.
That's kind of unprecedented.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody else prior to Eddie was like older. In their 20s, 30s.
Yeah. But then
so Bernie Mac was that lineage. So that's why I kind of put him in A's, but
Cosby was young. How old was Dick Gregory? Was he young?
Yo, Dick Gregory was older.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't give him the time of day on stage.
Yeah. Because you gotta remember, people Cosby's in a different light, but Cosby inspired a lot of shit that Richard did. And if you listen to like his voice inflections, a lot of shit, it's a lot of the stuff Cosby did. And he'll tell you if you listen to his interview, he got that from Cosby. So
Richard was a genius, man.
He was.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's like I know Cosby did a lot of stuff, but we cannot forget, like, honestly, a lot of things we wouldn't have without Cosby. And I'm not even talking about the Cosby Show. I'm talking about just comedy in general.
No, Fat Albert. Who the fuck grew up on Fat Albert?
We did. We had to
I
watch
don't
that
give
in
a
like
fuck if you on
kindergarten,
the
first grade.
reservation.
Oh wow. Maybe
I
they
don't
didn't
give a
have
fuck if you're on the
electricity.
reservation, if you were in the hood, if you were in the barrio, if you wherever the fuck you thought you were, if you saw Fat Albert, you grew up on that shit. So I don't all that bullshit. I don't give a fuck about that. You grew up on Fat Albert if you was born in the 80s.
So I'm gonna clean this up for you. All those allegations aren't bullshit.
No, I agree. I agree. But at the
Mhm.
same time, Brian said this in like, I think Brian said this about a year ago.
Yeah.
How are you gonna totally erase, even though he did this bullshit and he did that shit? How are you gonna erase all of this shit? I get it. You know, I 100% get it. 100% support Me Too. But it's hard to erase all of this. It's not just 10 years. It's at least 20 years of Fat Albert, Cosby Show, Lil Bill. I mean, I'm just saying. It's still wrong. It's still 100% wrong. But it's hard to erase it. So
I think about it like this. I thought about it the other day. Just how R. Kelly doesn't count. He's a piece of shit. But,
no, fuck
no,
R.
but think
Kelly.
about it like this. We still, not we, but people still hold George Washington in high regard. They hold Thomas
Our
Jefferson in high regard.
forefathers. Just put our whole forefathers out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you went and lined up like the things they did and how and who they owned, and I'm like, we still look at them as these like pillars, and I'm like, I guess.
No, but I mean, let's put it. I mean, we can go deeper than that.
Go ahead. Pause.
Okay, so Edgar Allan Poe is one of my favorite authors, hands down.
Hey man, you calling on a
this motherfucker was 20. Well, listen.
Hey, you
he was 22 years old and he married his 13-year-old cousin.
Ew.
Think of it. No, that's fact.
Oh well, that back then it was different.
That's actual fact.
Yeah.
The point is, even though it was back then, was it okay to Mickey a bitch in the 1960s?
Oh, it was way more accepted.
Exactly. Was it okay to rape a slave in the 1880s?
It was way more accepted.
I get that, but it was still morally wrong. I don't give a fuck if you talk about Buddha.
But that was my point. Why do we overlook that stuff? And like, I know it's recent times, and I guess it's closer to when it happened when it comes to the historical factor. Like, why we throw away all his accomplishments? Just
because he's black and he is about to buy some shit.
I still don't believe to buy some shit because I don't because there's so much money, and I don't think you understand. Like Comcast bought that. Comcast had billions upon billions. Cosby didn't own as much as what people think.
Right.
Unless he was part of a buying group.
He was. That's what I was getting. That's what I was about to say. Yeah. I feel in my drunken heart he was part of a buying group.
But I wish he was
the face of that buying group
because people are like, oh, this black man was about to buy it. I'm like, no way on God's green earth. He can't even afford to buy BET. People don't understand how much money that is.
Right. Well, you know,
I don't know, man.
Math.
Please. I mean, I'm always a correct me if I'm wrong type.
Oh yeah, I feel you.
And
I just have never seen documents to support it. Of course, they could expunge it. But I just know how much dollars that is. Like NBC is an entity that has been here since fucking cathode ray tubes could show a picture to where I know it's worth billions upon billions. So
I don't know. It's just I get what you're saying, and so.
Oh, I still think you're getting shitted on as a black man. Oh yeah, no doubt. So I'm not taking them like, oh, that's a conspiracy. Oh no. There's no conspiracy to where it's like he's the easy target because he's black, and yet Weinstein is able to pay these people $44 million and everything's low key good. Like fuck you.
I just think it goes. Of course, race is is a construct, but if like Biden, let's just put Biden into it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we're talking about how he's creepy. This motherfucker was vice president. Y'all didn't vet his ass 10 years ago?
Right.
It's always been there.
It matters.
Why are we just
It
now?
doesn't matter, but it matters now.
Right, exactly. Why was he creepy then? Why wasn't he creepy then, but now he's creepy? Why wasn't Cosby, as an alma mater of Temple, as a wholesome stand-up comedian, sponsor of Jello, why wasn't he vetted back then? This was, I'm talking about the 80s. I'm not even talking about the 90s and 2000s.
He had power. He had power. Something a lot of black people don't possess.
Biden had
Biden had
as
power.
a vice president. Biden still has power. I think.
No, he does.
Maybe I'm naive, but it's just what is the standard of? Okay, I feel like it's okay to come out now.
What are you talking about? What you mean come out now?
So
I hear what he's talking more like it's okay to like it's
what
I don't want to say like it's
what Rich is about to say.
Yeah, it's not like it's it's not like they're saying the behavior is acceptable. It's more like if you come out and say something against a person of power, the likelihood of you being listened to is significantly higher now than it was back then.
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
As far as all of that BS is concerned, if any woman is listening, if you've been touched wrong, if you've been done wrong sexually, if you are sexually assaulted, harassed, etc., please don't wait till this person is famous.
It's still not it's going to be hard because it's like
it's going to be hard.
Off. It's going to bleed again. Who wants it to bleed again?
I want you to get your justice now rather than later, because later you're going to be put under a microscope, and these people don't care. I don't feel like they care.
But healing doesn't have a time frame. I'm being devil's advocate.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
But I don't want these women who are legitimately hurt to wait because
because you don't want them to be discredited. That's what
exactly.
Oh, okay. I'm following now.
A lot of it just looks like they're being opportunists.
Yeah,
exactly.
And honestly, this is probably just their moment to where it's like, okay, I feel better for the fact that other people are able to do this. That gives them the strength. And I think in a lot of these cases, that is the case. But unfortunately, we know, and it's not even a women thing. We know people, they're opportunistic, and it's like, oh, I'm about to jump on this train. So we don't want them to be thrown into that pool of people. I see what you're saying.
And let me say, not just women, but men.
That's what I'm saying. Anybody in general.
That whole Corey Haim thing, that's tragic.
Wait, Corey Haim? You talking about
Haim?
Oh, the one that was with Corey Feldman, his best friend?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't speak English. Put him in the woman's category. Like, all of a sudden he's coming out. Why are you coming out now?
Oh, yeah, his life was fucked.
But
it's like we kind of looked at him as like, oh, he's just a washed up teen actor who burned out and blah, 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 blah. And what we didn't find out is that he was scarred because so much shit had happened to him. That's why he was on drugs. That's why Corey Feldman moved him into the house like on real shit, not just a reality show to help him, because he grew up with a guy. Like he became successful and got his life together, but he didn't. So
the bad thing is he's a male who came out, but all these females are still holding it. And if that's your way of grieving and healing, I support you. But there are people who still need to be justified. There still needs to be justice, and justice isn't being done. I'm sure nobody else has read Godfather, the actual book, but there was a portion there's a small portion of that book where they talk about a mother and her young daughter.
So she just said, y'all don't do no reading.
I'm sorry.
Because we're black.
Did I say that?
That's
because
not
it's Italian.
That is not what he said, Ryan. Don't do that, man.
It's Italian.
Y'all don't do no reading.
I didn't say that. That was Transformers.
Speaking of which, I seen a Chevy Volt the other day.
But there was a small portion where a mother was taking her daughter to go see a movie producer, and the girl must have been like 7 to 10 years old, and she was sexually abused. It was implied, and then they walked away. And this was, The Godfather was basically based in about the 50s or 50s. I mean, that shit's been going on. This is implied.
Mhm.
Mario Puzo based his story of The Godfather on truth. So this shit has been going on before the 50s. So poor little girls have been physically, sexually abused since way before the 50s.
Shoot, I'm gonna say
We're
the beginning.
2020 almost. I can't do word problems right now, but that's a big number.
I think the thing, not the problem, but what's going on is, prior to like the 80s, well, late 90s, early
Yeah, I'm about to
80s
say
on
late
back,
90s, right? Late
the
90s.
power there was the ruling thing was just power, money, who you were, your status, what you could do for people. Right around the internet started taking off, your power started breaking down because people saw who you were
Right.
and they could learn about who you were. So that type stuff, that fear that you used to put into people's hearts, or the money that you had or the status you had in town, doesn't matter anymore. So these people who have been holding on to this power for so long are losing their power, because the new power now is just information. And I don't think that
yeah.
belongs to any one person anymore, because anybody
No.
can have as much information and education as they want.
It's you.
Which is why all of these people that have been doing things for years and decades and things like that are getting in trouble now, because they don't hold anything sacred.
I hope so.
I mean, that's what's happening. I mean, look at all these
Well,
doctors that are getting in trouble for sending all these people to jail for falsifying
oh my
evidence.
God, I want to stab
You know,
each and every one of them.
that's a practice that's been going on for years, which is
Stereotypically.
the basis of Central Park 5.
Mhm.
Oh,
You
and
know?
I implore you to watch that documentary. If you
See
don't
if
know
I-
who
The
the
doc
Central
or the
Park
Netflix
Five
movie? Oh.
is, I implore you to watch that movie.
Well, that's what we started talking about. I think you weren't in here when we started talking about it. We were talking about the movie, How They See Us,
No,
which is the Netflix show, and from what I understand, it is very, very, very triggering. Like, I know people that didn't get past the first episode. It's just
you
it's
think
that triggering.
you think you're gonna get triggered by How They See Us? That's which is kind of sci-fi. Imagine something that's a legit, something that actually happened.
Well, no, this is
By
no.
our
When They
president
See
of
Us
the
is
United
about.
States.
Can you hear me?
He's thinking you're thinking
Yeah.
so you're thinking about what's the name of that movie See You Yesterday. How you
No,
see
we're
it?
talking about How They
Okay, I'm
See Us.
sorry.
That's
sorry.
about the Central Park
I'm drunk.
5. It's the documentary.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm drunk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. That
But yeah,
like I said,
no, you're 100% right. That's gonna
Mhm.
trigger you.
Yeah, so which is why
Like,
I haven't watched it yet, because I don't need to watch that and then just go back out in the world like nothing happened.
well, no, you can't,
Yeah.
because we just celebrated the anniversary of Black Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
How can you walk out knowing, if you know your history, if you know that Black Wall Street just happened a week ago, and then you watch that movie,
Hey,
and then
listen.
you go to your coworkers and be like, "Hey, you're having a Monday." No, bitch, I'm fucking black and I'm pissed at your bitch ass.
That movie's coming out.
I'm just,
They're doing a Black
I
Wall
don't.
Street movie.
They
Yeah, so
should,
when that comes out,
because
that
nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the bombing in Philly, which was in the 80s.
Mhm.
And I'm
Is that the one
passionate
where
about
the civil rights group was in the house, they're
move.
strapped in the house or
Yes,
whatever?
yes.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Because what people don't, oh, well, you're Hispanic. Why the fuck do you care? Because our fucking civil rights are intertwined. Whatever happens to you is gonna eventually happen to fucking us.
Mhm.
You think they're building a wall just for us? You're out your fucking mind. Because they're trying to push you back to Africa. They're trying to push us back south of the border.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Brian,
So I
I
think
100% agree with you.
so. Yeah, I think, like, and you just made my point. I think some of this is just so we can stay vigilant, and so this shit doesn't happen again. A lot of these trigger movies have little things that are happening that we got to keep an eye on. because there's always something. There's always something small that happens that you can watch and make sure. It's always a little kindle of fire that you have to keep your eye on to make sure it doesn't turn into a brush fire and then a forest fire and just everything burns down.
I was about to say we're not sponsored by Amazon.
But at the same time, at the same time, I like this stuff to come out. It might be triggering to us because we've went through and seen stuff and read stuff all our lives. But so many things like I watched as a child interest me because it's that story you didn't get in school. It was just like I see black people, I see people like me. So where hopefully it triggers kids to be interested in that stuff to where they're like, oh shit, life ain't just these Yeezys and this video game and me talking to this girl, like it's bigger than that. Like, I understood that early, and I can tell you a lot of kids don't see it that way. Right? They don't see it that way because they live in a house with a 2 or 3 car garage. They live where
I'll rob you.
Yeah, they could probably close the door and lock it at night. Shit, can any of y'all were able to like close your door and like lock it and do what the hell you want to do in your room before your parents be like, you need to open that door?
No,
my door stayed open.
Thank you, but like they have that, and it's just not to knock them. A lot of people just don't understand. Like you might live cush now, but guess what? Just a generation ago, your parents probably struggle, or your grandparents fucking struggle.
Yeah,
and the reason we struggled because we weren't set up.
Fucking room.
Yeah, we weren't set up to be successful. They didn't want us to be successful, so I understood that quick.
Nah, man. To piggyback on
stuff like this helps. Go ahead, so
to piggyback on what Jonathan said, and it's sad, but there are certain white people that really aren't racist. They're just ignorant.
Yeah.
And my point is, so we're at a soccer game, and the coach of the other team is Venezuelan, and he was talking to his team in Spanish. And the Asian lady who was married to a white dude who's friends with white people said, I don't understand your language. Move. Now, my dad is standing right there. And I confronted the lady. I was like, what did you say? Say that again. She wouldn't say it. But the white woman said, well, he doesn't understand. I was like, I know what you're saying. She should fucking know better. So as far as the white woman's concerned, she didn't think she was doing anything wrong because they don't, whatever reason, they don't fucking get it. She wasn't being racist, but she's stupid.
It's kind of like the golf announcer. I don't know if y'all heard about this.
No.
But there was a golf announcer today.
I want to slap.
It was either today or yesterday. They were talking about women's golf. And they were doing the, I guess you can call it play-by-play or whatever. And one of the announcers asked the guy, he said, who do you think is going to win the tournament? And the guy said, and it was probably harmless as, you know, a flea in a boxing glove. But he said, I don't know, probably an Asian. And his last name's probably Lee. Now,
you know, you can't say that.
No, he didn't say Asian. He said probably a Chinese, and his last name's probably Lee. Now, that sounds fucking horrible.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not, you know, whatever for this guy. Now, the thing is,
I'm not defending none of them. No.
Yeah, fact of the matter is, in that golf tournament, there were a lot of Asian people. And I think a lot of Asian people that are playing golf, last name is Lee. As a matter of fact, one of the girls that's playing, she calls herself Lee 6 because she's like the 6th Lee in that tournament.
Oh my God.
So it's kind of like at that point, you're like, is everybody, because he got suspended for saying it.
Right.
Is everybody just being insensitive, or was he fucking up when he did that?
Both. Because being ignorant doesn't give you, okay, let's say I'm ignorant of the law.
Right.
It doesn't give you the okay to shoot your gun in there. You're still ignorant. It's still illegal. Yeah, but just because you're ignorant doesn't mean it's okay.
Right.
Yeah. To be on national TV to say that, it sounded horrible.
Dude, to be in a high school tournament and say that to kids who's on that team that you're, you know, it's whether it's high school, whether it's national TV, it's ignorant. It's still wrong.
Yeah.
You might not be racist, but you're still dumb when it
Right.
comes to race.
Mhm.
And I wish these people would fucking get it, because and I handled it the wrong, in my situation, I handled it the wrong way. I
No,
didn't
the
walk
wrong way
up to
would
the
have been
lady.
putting your hands on somebody.
And
You talked to
yeah,
him.
but she's
You tried
fat
to open a
and-
dialogue.
No, I didn't. No, I tried to start some shit
At least he knows.
because my father was sitting there, my girlfriend was sitting to the left of me. I was like, say that shit again. No, say it again. And I said it out loud. So I wasn't trying to start a dialogue.
Mhm.
2 days later, when I saw her in Sam's Club, that would have been the right place to start a dialogue, but I ignored her. So, okay, wrong on me. My point is, after you get over the emotion,
So you rolling a blunt?
no,
Yeah.
I wish, but I have
that
drug
no-
testing, dummy.
Ah!
You can keep that in there. You can keep that in there. He didn't say nothing wrong there.
I mean, he said,
I just keep hearing you sound like you're rolling something up.
No, I'm in the truck, man. I'm still fucking remote. Hey, baby, how you doing? I love you.
Cut it out.
See you later. No, they just pulled up. They were whatever.
I was
Anyway,
about to say, you on robbery with picking up a lady?
no, motherfucker. I'm in fucking front of my girlfriend's fucking apartment, and they just rolled up.
Oh my!
Oh, okay. Hey,
Anyway.
baby, how much?
You know what?
You trying to party?
I'm gonna pee in your forehead. That's why Brian gets teabagged daily.
Shut up.
Our point is, ignorance is not an excuse. It is not a defense of the law, nor should it be a defense of whatever we're going through. You talk about the money coach all the time. Ignorance is not okay for you to be like, is that really what happens in your community? Do cops really do that to you? That's not a defense, dude. Sorry. Yeah, this shit happens. This shit happens all the fucking time. Let me show you my IG. And that's it. Show them your IG and slap them with your phone. Whatever you have to do, get it through their fucking head. Because this is not okay.
Yeah.
I'm loud.
So you good. It sound like you're rolling that blunt hard.
I wish.
Anyway. Oh,
I would
But
like
yeah,
to apologize because I am drunk and I get loud and I say dumb shit, but
high every day.
every day.
that was a whack song.
I don't
Anyway,
know. I don't think that song was borderline.
the remix was better with Red and Meth, but I'm biased.
No, you're probably right.
no, he's right.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's just what we want to talk about with the when they see us. All right, so it's 11:34. I know we're about to end this.
Yeah, man.
But real quick, Rich, you put a topic in the on the sheet, and I really want to just hit on this briefly. Dodgeball is a tool of oppression. I got to know what you're talking about here, buddy.
What are you talking about?
Hold up, let Rich explain.
All
what
right,
he meant by this topic.
so give me 1 second, as I'm gonna go ahead and I want to pull the article back up because this is hilarious because it makes no sense to say that.
Okay.
There. All right. So what it is, there was a study done. It was an article that I found that just came across because it was in Canada, and it was basically saying how dodgeball is a tool for children to. It's like almost like a rite of passage into a very cold and evil world. And how it's really just about the whole selection process of just getting the bigger, stronger, faster kids. And then it gets into the exclusionary principle where it's like, you have one man against many and it's oppressing that one person because if they suck, they're going to get hit. So pretty much, I don't know, man. It's like, I think dodgeball is actually a good game to play because in reality it's survival of the fittest.
bombardment.
That's how it is in real life.
Yeah,
Natural selection.
I loved it. Oh, I loved it.
The bad thing about games like dodgeball and games where you allow kids to pick the teams,
Right. That's where they say
it pretty much puts you in the class you are going to remain in until you graduate high school and move out of that town.
Unless you decide to change and start training, get a training montage like Batman.
It is very rarely you see the last person in dodgeball get out of the class of the last person picked in dodgeball.
Yeah, you
I
actually
was
made a
never
good
last
point.
until they peak.
No, but he's right. I
remember
remember from PE from 4th grade, because that's when I moved off Fort Jackson. From 4th grade to about, I guess, 8th grade, those same people would always get picked last. I feel bad for them. Thank God I was rarely ever that person, but yeah, I remember that.
I was never that person.
Yeah.
You stay in that class.
And I even played
until
sports,
you graduate high
school.
school.
Picked last.
Yeah, until you graduate high school and move.
I mean,
you are either the last person or you're the person who the leader picks first or second.
I would say I was probably C tier. I wasn't like F tier, but I was like in the middle of the road.
I probably was B. Yeah. I don't think I was.
I was
probably like B. I wasn't all the way down the totem pole. But it was like, man, it's like, why, man? This dude already picked like 4 people. Come on, man. It's like I'm like,
even in the spelling bee, I wasn't picked last, and I'm fucking immigrant.
No, I came in second once.
Mr. Sosa, those letters are not in our vocabulary. There's no There's no Enya.
We only have 26 letters in our alphabet, Sosa.
So there's no FA. You cannot say FA. That's not in there.
So,
but yeah,
so whatever Rich was talking about, that's like, was it Boomerang or was it? I think it was Boomerang, where Martin Lawrence was talking about the game of pool or billiards, 8-ball.
Mm-hmm.
The world is the green, and the white man is knocking all the fucking balls in the holes.
Oh, was shit! That is, I think that is Boomerang.
Yeah. And they wait to knock the black ball in.
Like it was Boomerang. Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
because David Allen Greer was in that scene.
Made that shit all the way. Who?
David Allen Greer was in that scene too. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I remember. That's true. Very underrated, but that's not.
That is one of the drawbacks of grade school. I mean, if I hate some of the things that are changing, I hate the whole everybody gets a trophy. Don't take points in sports. Blah 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 blah. But if I was to pick one thing for them to get rid of, it would be picking teams.
Oh no!
You know what? I'd actually have.
It would be the fucking rope. It would be climbing a fucking rope.
We never did that. I was in a corridor chain. We didn't have a rope. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, I would. You know what, Brian? I'd actually have to honestly agree with you.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the rope or the scooters with the fucking wheels on it.
Nah, I would have to say. I would say, yeah. If you put a child,
I remember those.
I don't have to say that's actually not a bad idea, because I think the reality of it is that is kind of a team building exercise, because not all cases you're gonna be able to pick your team, so you got to work with what you got. So I think So I'd have to actually say I would agree with that. Don't get rid of the game.
I like team picking. Because I'm on a team with a bunch of retards. Okay, I'm fucking handling the team.
And automatically, I know you were probably one of the first few people picked because you called a bunch of people that are lesser than you retards. You're a bully, sir. You're a fucking bully.
I don't fucking care. I'm 5'4", 140 pounds at my peak. I was a fucking bully, and I handled the fucking team. I don't care.
Bully.
I don't care.
But I think that is one of the things that I will get rid of, because it's dangerous. And it's not preparing you. It's not preparing you for anything.
How is that not preparing you for anything?
It's not. At what point in your life did you have to get something done and you got to pick your own team? And you're in the military.
So no. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm under the assumption that the teacher picks your team.
No, dodgeball. They pick two of the classmates and they say pick your team.
No.
Yeah.
Our teacher picked our team.
Most times they did, but there's been a few where you did.
Oh no,
I was never.
Where I came from,
No.
Yeah.
Our teacher picked our team and said, "You get this guy. You get this guy. You get this guy." No. Now on the street, you picked your team, and that was fucking stupid. That was like, okay, well, I'm gonna pick the fucking dumb retard last because we need 10. So on the street, that was, but in school, nah. Our teachers picked our team, and they try to make it as even as possible. But even then, it was like, nah, we gonna fuck y'all up.
I'm gonna say something real quick, okay?
Okay.
The views expressed by Sosa do not correlate with the views expressed by the company podcasting itself. We do not support nor do we like the word retard. We will never call anybody a retard.
Wait,
that is
we
all
did not?
Sosa. If you would like Sosa's email address,
Leviticus, you never call nobody retard.
No, I don't do that.
No. You don't do it now, but you never.
I'm sure.
What do you mean never? Like in my younger days?
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
I am sure everybody has said some really stupid shit.
I've said that before.
As an adult, I would never.
Oh no, as an adult.
Because when I'm now, okay, let's be clear. When I'm speaking nowadays, I'm not talking about the handicapped community. I'm not talking about mentally disabled community. I'm not talking about them. Special Olympics.
You know what?
I will be in the front of the line to volunteer and train you and instruct you and support you. At Special Olympics, I'll be at the front of the fucking line.
And you know what? I'm not ragging on you, so I don't want you to think I'm.
No, I know you're not.
But listen, the way you feel about that is exactly the excuse people use when they say the N-word. They get caught saying it.
Oh, I get it. I 100% understand it.
You're one of the good ones.
Honestly, I've been trying to get away from the
as
word
a nigger. I mean it as my homie, my friend.
No. You can't say that
thing anymore.
No, you can't say that. No, you can't say that.
This fist is a coming.
Yeah, no, you can't say that.
Mr. Cuffs will be brought.
Exactly.
No.
The thunder.
No.
But you understand what I'm saying, though, right?
No, I get 100%, and I've 100%. I've honestly been trying to get away from that word.
Yeah.
And it's not. I'm not saying it's hard. I'm trying. It's 20 years, 40 years of saying it. It's just sometimes it comes out.
Yeah. I'm not.
Do I mean retarded people? Of course. I mean retarded people. Do I mean mentally handicapped? Of course not. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's not. It doesn't work. It's just stupid. But
yeah. But anyway, back to your point you were making. I just wanted to say that.
It's just you want to get away from team claiming teams. That's not gonna happen, man. Because
I don't care about teams. I don't want young kids splitting classes like that.
Why?
Young kids should not be learning about the whole class system that early. And
here's the thing. In the gym class, it's okay. I'm gonna pick all the strongest people, but in the classroom, I don't want you, motherfucker. You can't fucking read. I want this motherfucker because he can count to 2. You know what I mean? If y'all never had spelling bees, if y'all never had math contests, then you don't see that. But I had dodgeball. I've also had spelling bees and math contests. So I saw where certain people were picked for certain things. Oh, you can bully me now, but motherfucker, I can read without stuttering. So I've seen both of them.
Yeah.
And I came from not a diverse culture to a diverse culture. So I've seen both sides of the spectrum. So you can argue that, but like y'all remember 21 Jump Street, the movie?
Hilarious movie.
Yeah.
But it
21
illustrated
was trash.
exactly what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum was the dude,
It was a job. Yeah.
but the other guy was the fucking nerd. So they held
but
each
check it out
other.
though. But check it out though. Check it out. Channing Tatum didn't get to pick his team.
No,
Right.
they picked each other.
They became an amazing force.
Exactly.
That's why you need to get rid of that whole pick your team dodgeball stuff. You need to get rid of it.
That's
I don't.
Because you never
I
know.
feel like you need to. Okay, I might be. That should have been self-awareness. That shouldn't have been get rid of your team. That should have been I'm not smart in this area. I need the nerds' help in this area. Or I need the dumb jocks' help in this area. That's what I thought it should have taught you. Not let's get rid of teams. Maybe I'm being naive. Maybe I'm being idealistic. But that's how I feel. When I sober up, maybe I'll feel different. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know,
Well, we can continue this. If you want
next
to.
week,
I mean, I
next
like
year,
this conversation because
next month.
no, next week. But this is I like this conversation about the whole class system. As a matter of fact, this is probably something we need to pick up next week, so we can have more time to dive into it.
Because my girlfriend mad at me.
Because to be honest with you, I mean, never mind. We'll talk about it next week.
No, there is a class system, and people need to stop thinking it's race. It's.
I mean, you got to think about it, man. Once you're in the world, like once you're in the working world, and you're being an adult, and you make new friends.
What kind of
look at some of the people you talk to and some of the people you hang out with. Would you have been friends with those people if you were in grade school?
Right.
Probably not.
No, fuck that. If you were in college, would you be? If you went to a HBCU and your friend went to a PWI, look at the fucking relationships you've done made.
Yeah.
Are your ideologies conflicting with each other?
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You know, there's a class system, and within the class system, there's ideologies.
Yeah, probably. But we'll talk about it. We'll finish this.
I'll be sober.
To be continuous. No, you won't.
Yeah, I promise
anyway,
I will.
If you
He'll just be eating McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all making me
and it'll be like drunk eating on camera. You ever see somebody drunk eat? That's the worst thing in the world to see.
I've done that too.
I know you've seen me drunk eat a lot.
Yeah.
I've done that.
But anyway, if you want to reach us, all of our social networks are all of our social network accounts are on Google Play Music. Is it Google Play Music?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Okay. iTunes,
Nope.
SoundCloud.
No, there's no iTunes.
It's
What are you talking about, sir?
It's on your iPhone or your iPad under podcast.
That's correct. Because iTunes.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was gone. Okay.
iTunes is dead.
That's
or SoundCloud and Podbean. So we'll be back next week with more topics. I think I want to continue the classism. Let's look up some subtopics for classism. So we can talk about this next week. I think this is a good topic. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for coming in and allowing us to keep you company. And we'll see you next Monday. Peace.